Looking across these vast rooftops, it's immediately clear why this Blue Pearl dominates nearly every Moroccan travel bucket list. With a strict 2-week PTO budget, reaching this remote mountain enclave presents a serious logistical hurdle. Most trips to Morocco begin on the coast, with travelers flying into the major transport hubs of Casablanca or crossing by ferry into Tangier. Looking at this map of Morocco, you can see the primary transit vectors. From Tangier, you're driving roughly 2.5 hours southeast into the Rif Mountains. From Casablanca, that drive stretches to nearly 5 hours. This chart lays out the problem. You are dedicating up to half a day of pure transit time just to get there, and you have to do it again to leave. Because the logistical cost of getting here is so high, the destination itself must deliver a significant aesthetic return to justify the trip. The drive inward quickly trades flat coastal highways for winding, steep elevation gains. Arriving, you realize how isolated this place is. The sprawling, blue-painted Medina is completely dwarfed by the rugged, green peaks of the Rif Range. Your first gauge of the drive's worth happens before you step into the main square. Just outside the Medina walls, at the Ras El Ma Spring, cool mountain water cascades over rocky terraces. You trade the exhaust and noise of the major cities for the sound of rushing rapids. This abrupt, peaceful shift in environment is the first clear return on your initial transit investment. Let's map this on a chart showing required effort against aesthetic impact. Exploring the Medina drops right into the upper right corner. It yields a high visual return, but demands serious physical exertion. Built straight into a mountainside, Chefchaouen practically outlaws flat ground. Every direction involves climbing uneven stone staircases. Navigating this town is a continuous lower body workout. If you handle the burn and push past the crowded squares, the architecture opens up. Deeper into the residential grid, narrow corridors are painted with thick, saturated layers of blue that coat everything from floors to archways. Because the town is grafted onto the terrain, the geography forces strange interactions between the buildings and the local plant life. You'll frequently find thick, gnarled tree branches twisting their way right through courtyards and pedestrian paths. Rather than clear-cutting the mountainside, the locals simply built their retaining walls, staircases, and blue planters directly around the trunks of these ancient olive trees. High physical exertion and stamina are the direct currency required to unlock the city's most valuable visual assets. Beyond physical stamina, getting value out of this trip requires precise timing. Aiming for the spring or fall keeps you out of the blistering summer heat and the cold mountain winters. The catch is that those optimal weather patterns correlate directly with peak tourist density in the narrow alleys. To beat congestion, you have to set your alarm and hit the streets right at sunrise. Get out early and you have unobstructed access to the painted staircases and murals before the day trippers arrive on buses. Establishing strict scheduling discipline is required. Missing that daily operational window significantly reduces the destination's ROI. Walking these inclines rapidly burns through your energy reserves, forcing you to prioritize your caloric intake. You won't find quick grab-and-go convenience food here. You must engage with traditional Moroccan culinary staples. That means sitting down for a heavy, slow-cooked tagine, prepared in these iconic conical clay pots and large copper vats. You pair that meal with the mandatory regional hydration, a steaming, sweet glass of Moroccan mint tea, poured from a height to aerate the glass. This dining style demands patience. You sit down, wait for the food to simmer, and break your forward momentum for at least an hour. Local dining acts as a forced decelerator, trading itinerary speed for necessary cultural immersion. The final, most atmospheric phase of the daily travel cycle begins at nightfall. After a light evening rain, the wet cobblestones reflect the minimal light, completely changing the texture and depth of the city. The harsh daytime shadows are replaced by traditional lanterns, casting a warm, localized glow directly against the cool blue tiles and mosaics. The day trippers have left by now, the streets empty out, and it feels remarkably calm and extremely safe to wander. Experiencing this quiet evening environment is the ultimate aesthetic payoff, mandating an overnight stay to unlock the city's final value. Let's pull up our scorecard and deliver the final verdict on the Chefchaouen equation. If you are a visual optimizer, a photographer willing to trade a day of transit for a singular color palette, this destination will max out your return on investment. The same goes for the cultural explorer. If you value a slow dining pace, high safety, and deep immersion, you will see a significant return. But if your itinerary is packed, or if steep inclines pose a mobility challenge, the logistical friction here will outweigh the aesthetic reward, resulting in a negative ROI. Chefchaouen offers a unique, high-yield aesthetic experience, but only for the traveler who aligns their physical and logistical inputs with the city's uncompromising operational demands.